What up, everybody? Infidels back again on a Saturday. Kind of rainy here.
Yeah.
You'll have to forgive me. I wore a green shirt today, so you see the bricks through this amazing abs and torso of mine. It's because I have green on.
That ain't showing too bad right there.
Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm hungover a little bit. Partied down to celebrate mine and the wifey's birthday last night. So Thacker here is having to deal with me sweating beer out. Some fine American domestic brews.
That's right.
Hope everybody had a good week. It's Saturday. We're back for episode 10. And before we started, Philip was telling me about a documentary he watched. I want him to tell everybody about it, and we're going to talk about that to start out with.
Yeah, it was the PBS documentary, Frontline Tracking Hate. It's I think there's 3 parts to it, and it tries to connect Charlottesville to the Capitol riot, and it goes through that, and they focus mainly on a bunch of Nazis. And it was done very well. It was interesting, but that's the problem with it being interesting and well done. It propaganda pretty much.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to what's actually being said.
Yeah. So it's to change public opinion. It's the same thing with all the news stations. It's just 24/7 propaganda to demonize anyone on the right to being a white supremacist.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Like I talked about in my last time I went live from my house. Real white supremacists aren't ashamed that they're white supremacists.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of that fact. They don't hide it at all. So calling groups white supremacists is just a way. Like I said when I went live, it's a name. They use those names to try to get people to shut up. Oh, I don't want to be called a racist.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll just keep my mouth closed so nobody calls me a racist.
A lot of times I did that for a long time, and I would be like, and I would go in long details explaining why I was not a racist. But it's pointless to even try to do that. I got to a point now I don't really care if you think I'm racist.
Yeah.
Like, so what?
Yeah, I read a lot of articles about all these defendants in the January 6th, and anytime a right-wing group is talked about, it's followed with the phrase a predominantly white nationalist group or a predominantly white supremacist group, or they say that in front of it, the white supremacist group, the 3%ers, the white supremacy group, the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so that's what they did.
What makes them white supremacists? I don't understand.
So that's how they did it in the documentary. They did it very well, but the fact is, first they start talking about the group at Atomwaffen Division, which is a Nazi group, self-proclaimed Nazi group, and American Vanguard, I think, is the second one. And they kind of like focus on that a whole lot, interviewing the people and them telling them, yeah, that we're Nazis. Then they'll like pan to like the Proud Boys for a little bit, and they'll show like pictures of them together. Then they'll just show like, and they're like, see, these are, and then they'll tie them all together.
Yeah, I think the American Vanguard is that group that I was talking about in the America's Book of Secrets show.
No, but they don't exist anymore. They splintered up, and after Charlottesville, they kind of been now Patriot Front is what.
That maybe that was what it was. I watched a show, America's Book of Secrets, that kind of did the same thing. They show every mainstream media, every mainstream television show, if you are on the right and you're conservative, Christian, and you just happen to be white, you're a white supremacist. What about the all-black chapter of the Proud Boys? I wonder if they identify as white supremacists.
They get called white, because I've seen like black people get called white supremacists. They're like, you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist.
Yeah, they call them Uncle Tom. bombs and sellouts and all that nonsense.
I got a freaking idiot.
The names. That was the whole point of my live that one day is the left gets so loud and they're so annoying and they get up in your face. But you know what? It works. That's why they're winning this war right now.
Yeah,
that's why they're taking everything over. And for us to stand a chance, we're going to have to adopt some of these tactics and stop just sitting back on our heels and waiting for things to fix themselves, because it's not going to happen that way. They call you a racist, so what? They call you a sexist, so what? A homophobe, whatever. So what? Stand up for what you believe in. That's what I do. I'm to the point now, if someone calls me a racist, I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's why I got one, though. I disagree with them. I don't even condemn other racist groups.
Yeah.
Because you never know who if a person says they're not racist, then nah, they're probably not.
Yeah, for real. White, like I told Philip, a real white supremacist walks up to you and they're like, hey, Joe Smith, Nazi, nice to meet you. They're very proud of the fact that they're a Nazi. They don't try to hide it. You can usually tell with the lightning bolt arm wraps and the Nazi tattoos. I mean, trying to, like, to me, ever since January 6th, man, like, you can call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever you want to call it. I very, 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 very strongly believe January 6th was orchestrated by the left. Yeah, we had Trump supporters take part in it, and right-wing groups took part in it. But you know what? A majority of it, I believe, was very orchestrated by the left to have a reason to crack down on these right-wing groups.
Yeah,
all right. You know what? They just committed all these federal crimes. Let's get them now. This gives us a reason to try to shut them down.
And I find it idiotic that they keep talking about the January 6th. They're like showing this, showing that, but you had a whole year of cities burned. They're like, well, that's different. Like, you're just trying to change the blame. Let's not talk about that. I'm like, well, I watched the damn literally city burn for an entire year.
Yeah,
people,
dude. No
FBI came in.
Yeah, the night Kenosha, Wisconsin had their very first riot, me and my wife were scrolling through Facebook and stuff, laying in the bed together, and I found a live stream where somebody was live streaming from Kenosha, and I literally watched them catch the courthouse on fire, bust out all the windows, and the crowd get bigger and bigger. And I told my wife, I said, I wouldn't be surprised we wake up tomorrow and somebody's dead. Maybe lo and behold, people got what they asked for, because they crossed the wrong one that night.
Yeah, I know, and they still condemning that guy.
Yeah.
Saying he was there because of white supremacy. I'm like, yeah. This guy was not there for white supremacy.
Kyle Rittenhouse responded to an all call from a 3% militia group out of Kenosha. Asked any available 3%ers to come to Kenosha to help protect the businesses of the town, because they knew it was going to get bad. So he went. And at first, I've seen where a film crew was actually talking to Kyle Rittenhouse, and he was giving people medical help.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Come here. You know, I got medical training. And he had medical supplies on him and was trying to
and he was helping the Black Lives Matter protesters.
The Black Lives Matter people. But you know what? All BLM saw was a white skin that night, and they went after him.
Yeah, and he ran from him at first, and they threw things, and they cornered him, and a gunshot went off. Then he fired his gun when the guy went to grab his gun.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody's going to do that shit.
I've seen the video where he's running through the parking lot of that gas station, and you hear the gunshots going off from the BLM people.
Yeah, I know.
And so that's 2 shots fired at him before he ever returned fire. And then he's on the ground, and they're trying to take his gun. So he fired in self-defense, and then dude hits him in the head with the skateboard. Self-defense. And then the third dude that runned up, that got his whole bicep blown off, had a gun in his hand.
Hell no.
A pistol. But if you noticed, every picture they show of when that guy runs up, and it shows his arm, you know, like the guy running up where Kyle's shooting him.
Yeah.
It's edited to where you can't see the gun
Yeah, no.
in the guy's hand.
Yeah, no, and they keep the media and pretty much all politicians are going, well, he was 17, he shouldn't even been there. And I'm like, well, the Black Lives Matter protesters shouldn't have been there either then because there was a supposed curfew. So if you're saying he shouldn't have been there, then they shouldn't have been.
Yep, exactly.
You got to do the same standard in both.
You got to have, universal condemnation, I guess you'd call it. If you're not supposed to be there, neither are they. But our whole point is don't be scared to be called a name. You know how many names I get called? We get called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, I promise you'll live through a name calling session. I just laugh at it, and you know what? I consider that awesome because I love pissing the left off.
Yeah, no.
That's one of my favoriteest things in the whole world to do. Because you can hit them with a fact. Okay, well, on January 6th, there were FBI informants in the crowd. You know how I know this? Because they tried to crack a militia group now. The guy met the FBI informant at the January 6th Capitol.
Yeah, I know. You see where Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar and Matt Gaetz went to the detention center the other day to inspect it? They locked them out.
Really?
Then apparently, so I was watching it live on a live feed, and they went there to inspect it because they'd gotten reports of how the prisoners there was being mistreated. Then they went in, and apparently they told them that they was trespassing. And they was like, well, this is our job. We're on a committee to help finance it or oversight of something about it. They're like, well, you need to talk to my supervisor. So then the first woman, they found out the person that was walking by was the supervisor, and they followed them outside. Then they locked the damn doors on them and wouldn't let them in. They told them they was trespassing. Then there was a lawyer that showed up to go inside to talk to one of his clients, and they wouldn't let him in either.
People, these are public buildings that we pay for.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene, she started talking about how she had visited the detention center at the border and how the immigrants there was treated very well. They was allowed to speak to their lawyer anytime, speak to anybody on the outside, and it was well done. And she was wanting to see how the January 6th defendants were being treated, and they wouldn't even let them see. So, and she's like, well, they're apparently hiding something.
Yeah. The only people that say the immigrants are getting treated bad is the left.
Yeah, I know. They shouldn't even be.
The only person that hasn't even been to the border really to see is Kamala.
Yeah, I know, and she's in charge of it.
Yeah, she's the immigration czar for the United States.
I think if the Republicans do take the House, which they won't do it, they need to go have a whole committee about Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots and treat it the same way, but they won't do it. You'll have a couple that be, and the rest of them,
like when the midterms start getting closer and we start going to some of these rallies, I'm going to ask those questions.
Yeah, I'm too. I want to
know. I'm going to be like, hey, okay, you're running for office. You want my vote? Where do you stand on the January 6th commission? And what do you plan? Do you plan on doing anything about the BLM and Antifa riots that happened? Are you going to treat those the same way? Or are you just going to, it don't matter. We're just worried about the white people. You know what? No more party line for straw boss.
Yeah, I've always voted straight Republican. And I voted Mitch McConnell, and I hated that son of a bitch. Yeah. But I was like, all right, he's bearing it, but nah, I ain't doing that no more. Yeah, because that's how you get people like Mitch McConnell. You have the same way with these damn businesses. They know the right, and like the politicians, they know that the people like us is going to vote for Republican during the general election because we're scared to have this damn communism shit. So we'll vote for even a shitty Republican to keep a Democrat from getting in.
Yeah.
So then the Republicans will be like, well, I can condemn my own people, and if I don't do this and that, I might pick up one or two extra votes from the left, and my people still vote for me. Like you got to draw a line in the same way with a lot of these corporations doing. They know the people on the right won't stick to any boycott. They'll still spend their money at their businesses, and they know the left will stick to it and follow down the line.
Yeah, one of the YouTubers I watch, Black Scout Survival, the biggest thing that all his channel is about, weapons and training and, all the militia stuff it entails, that kind of stuff. But he even says, being a patriot is not just going to a rally and packing an AR-15 and marching. Being a patriot is how you spend your money, the candidates you vote for, the businesses you shop at, the candidates that you donate money to, and how you vote. Because, like he said, you run out here to a rally with AR-15 and you're gun ho and you shoot off a couple shots. You know what? You're in jail and you're out of the fight and no good to anybody.
Yeah, I know.
He said you got to vote. You got to vote for the right people. You've got to vote for the right candidates. You got to donate your money to the right people, and you've got to shop at the businesses whose core values follow yours. Because that's how you really make a difference in this country, is with dollars.
Yeah, I know. You can see that with the left. Exactly what they do. You imagine like if Facebook and Twitter would have banned, let's say, Barack Obama or Bernie Sanders or something.
Oh, God, it would be, the Facebook would collapse.
Yeah, I know. And then let's say they started kicking off people on the left like they do the right. Everybody on the left would say, well, fuck Facebook, fuck Twitter. They would leave. They wouldn't go back and create 100 fake accounts trying to get back in. They'd be like, well, fuck you. And then they would be out there protesting outside their business to where they'd be like, okay, we got to back off this. And they know the left will do this. That's why they don't do it. They know the right really won't do nothing.
And they know that's why they can ban. Look, when a private company can ban the speech of a president.
Yeah, I know.
You never think,
because he was sitting president when they kicked him off.
Yeah, like a company silenced the president of the United States. Like, that's just hard to fathom for me, because he's the leader of the damn free world. You're telling him you can't talk?
Yeah, I know. And it's pretty much, it ain't even Facebook ain't even like a regular company. It's literally the town square these social media companies now is.
Yeah. But like, Facebook now doesn't even take responsibility for their own policies. Like,
they'll make up new rules as they go.
And when they get accused of something, they bring in some third-party company to create a council to help them regulate the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they don't even take responsibility for anything that they do in their own company. Like, they can silence anybody they want, kick anybody off they want, deny anything they want. Anybody, like, I can't be on Facebook because of my beliefs. I'm not allowed on Instagram. I'm not allowed on Twitter.
I got my original account back somehow.
Did you?
Yeah. I went to log, and it let me log in it.
Like, I'm banned off of these things. And Philip will tell you, I did what he's talking about. I created 8-9 fake accounts.
They keep kicking them off.
Picture, and then, like, literally within hours, I was off. Wouldn't even have my picture or my name. Like, how the fuck do you even know it's me?
I know. I think a lot. That's why I ain't gonna drive all the way to California to do it, because that's where their office is.
Yeah.
But I wish I would if there was an office here in Kentucky.
There's got to be something, I would think, associated with something somewhere close.
So I wish it was Amazon. We could go to Amazon.
Yeah. Well, hey, Amazon's the one that jerked Parler off.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that when they did that. I was thinking we all ought to just go
up here to Lex 1 and just raise hell.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
It would have been a starter, but people on the right don't do.
They don't.
We just don't do that.
Like, we got to adapt some of these. We got to adopt some of these tactics that the left uses, because, okay, you know what? They silence our president. We don't agree with that. And then but you know what we do? We just sit back and wait on things to fix themselves. Oh, they'll let him back. No, you know what? He's banned for 2 years now.
Hell no. And when the right does, they'll have protests. But when they do, they're like, okay, don't do this. We don't want the media to give them no ammunition against us. So nobody do this. Oh, don't you hang out at effigy. I'll have to condemn you.
Yeah.
Or don't nobody do this. Nobody do over and over.
I've even seen on Facebook and other social media sites where they say, like, approval of a sign you have to have your sign approved before you can wave it at the.
Yeah, no, they'll
like no unapproved flags or banners. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's free speech now.
In the left, and they're protesting. They got a motherfucker burning a building down in the background. They're like, oh, that's just some guy showed up. That ain't us. We're just out here peaceful protesting. They're like, oh yeah.
Enrique Torrio got charged with ripping down a Black Lives Matter flag and burning it.
Yeah,
but BLM didn't get charged for burning down buildings.
Yeah, no, I said that.
He got arrested for burning a flag that said BLM.
And it was
but
a hate
BLM
crime.
Doesn't get arrested for burning down cities. Tell me how that makes any sense at all.
And that's what frustrates me so much. You see you see those police officers that testified, the Capitol Police.
Oh yeah, the 4 guys.
Yeah, you had that one guy, that black guy. He was like,
pounded the desk. One of them.
Well, yeah, it was a white dude. Like, Mom, I'm sure he was reading on his little speech there. He probably had written down "bang table" because he did it like right out, and you could tell he was reading. Yeah. But that black guy, and he was like, "I've never been called the N-word in this uniform before." And there was a woman in a pink MAGA hat that came up to me and said, "Boys, this nigger here voted for Joe Biden," and everybody started going, "Oh, nigger."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Let's see. I want to see the footage of that. You tell me that part didn't get filmed on your body camera or nothing?
Yeah, and like
I'm gonna say that didn't happen.
The one dude said the whole time he was in Iraq as a military, he never feared for his life the way he did on January 6th.
Yeah, no.
Like, are you kidding me? Them Hajis didn't have you as scared as the Trump supporters did?
They're carrying some flags and no weapons. Grandma over there taking a selfie.
Yeah. Like, I have literally seen the videos of Capitol Police officers opening up doors, waving people in, opening up gates, waving them in, talking to them as they walk through the Capitol. Hey, how you doing? You know, like, now I have seen some pretty rough videos of people attacking at them and stuff, but
90% of them was peaceful.
Yeah.
And I believe 98% of them didn't even know they weren't supposed to be in there.
Yeah. And you had people literally that walked in the Capitol, was in there for maybe minutes, and then walked out, and they're being charged. They raided one woman's home, and she was there, but never entered the Capitol, but swore up and down by facial recognition that she was the woman that stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
Yeah, I know.
And the FBI raided her house at like 5 o'clock in the morning one day. And she's like, I never was even inside the Capitol building. Like, and her cell phone pings actually showed that she was out on the lawn. Like, she never went inside. But she looked like a lady.
That's why the
pictures.
It's like Joe Biggs. The only video I've seen of Joe Biggs, one of the Proud Boy leaders, and they've got him held without bond.
Yeah.
And treat him like a prisoner of war. And the only video, and if there was something bad he did, they would definitely be showing that. They'd be like, look, here's a Proud Boy leader doing this. Literally, he had a mask on, and that's how they know it was him, because somebody said, hey, Biggs, what do you think? He pulled the mask down for me and said, this is fucking awesome, and put the mask back. And that's all you see of him inside the Capitol. Yeah. But they're literally holding him without bail. They let him out on bail once, but then they violated and come back since they said that he was a leader or something, or some messages or something of him pre-planning it.
Like the main ones I've read about of all the pre-planning has been the Oath Keepers. They're after them hard.
I know.
Their favorite thing to say is they move through the crowd in a military stack.
Yeah, I seen that.
Their hand on the shoulder of the man in front of them.
Yeah, I seen it. They're like they're going through the crowd. And that one woman like from Ohio.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them just walking through the crowd. But they're like, that's like what I do with my kids. Like, hold on my shirt so we don't get separated.
Yeah, I know. They're probably like, we can't get fucked here. But then they're like, we recorded their Zello conversations.
Oh yeah.
And they're saying stick to the plan.
Yeah.
And what the plan was, don't get fucked up.
Yeah. And literally everybody from the Proud Boys, the 3%ers, and the Oath Keepers have said repeatedly, The only type of, I guess, physical altercation or anything they even planned on is because they did expect Antifa counter protesters.
Yeah, that was all the.
That's what the Zello conversations were about. If they had to get rough, they planned on it with the Antifa.
Yeah,
not
no.
the police, not any National Guard, not any like the DC Metropolitan dudes. They were planning on
Antifa showing up and fighting because they usually do.
Yeah.
And that's all the things I've read about, like the Proud Boys and those keepers of any pre-planning for any type of violence is protecting against Antifa.
And I wish, there's a huge chunk of me that wish some Antifa had showed up there that day.
Yeah, I know.
I'd have loved to just see videos of them getting mopped up.
Hell no. Well, they don't show up when they know they're going to get fucked up.
They don't.
When they see like a million people, like, oh, we better blend in.
Yeah. And that's just like we talked about the NFAC. They didn't show up where we were at that one day because they knew, okay, this is not really a winning situation for us. There's a group here with just as many or more than there are us, just as armed as we are. Why go there?
Yeah, I know.
Because they don't go to a battle they know they can't win.
And you see the video, like Antifa, they'll attack like old people left and right. That's like the like in that documentary I watched that other night. They was talking about how they were showing videos of the Proud Boys during after the MAGA Million March.
Yeah.
Right before the election, or it might be after the election. I can't remember when it happened, but they had that big Yeah, it was after the election because it was Stop the Steal.
Yeah.
And the Proud Boys had left, though, in reality. But in that documentary, they show the Proud Boys marching down the street looking for Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And they're like, look, see the Proud Boys roam the streets looking for a fight. But they left a part out about how the Proud Boys had left that day. Then Black Lives Matter came out and started assaulting old people. Like they got this one guy that had a MAGA hat on. He probably like 67 years old, pushing a bicycle down the road by himself, trying to go get something to eat and go back to his hotel. Then they beat the hell out of that guy. Then they was going around looking for old people, and they just started beating them up, and that's when the Proud Boys came back. Then they started looking for a fight because they was like, okay, y'all badasses, all right, let's fight.
You know,
that's when they burnt the flag.
One of the very first things that really taught me, you've got to wait till you know all the facts, was the day in D.C. when the Covington Catholic boys all were there in D.C. wearing the MAGA hats. And the Indian guy came over.
Hell no.
Wake up to white nationalist teenagers verbally abuse Indian medical chief. You know, like, but then when you see the entire thing, he came to them and started the whole damn shit.
Yeah, and the boy just smiled.
The boy just stood there and smiled at him while this grown man gets up in his face banging an Indian drum and chanting.
Oh, I'd probably punched him.
I probably would have too. I'd have probably been like, hold that Tom up in front of his face and punched him right through it.
Hell no, I'd done more than smile. But that's all you'd see on those are
that
like racist
paid.
Smirk.
Yeah, he got super paid.
Yeah, no.
CNN had to give that boy a lot of money.
Oh, I know a lot of companies did.
Story.
He's set for life, but he's Mitch McConnell's little bitch right now, though.
Oh, yeah.
I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the mood calling everybody white supremacist.
Is he?
Yeah. And he's talking about everybody needs to follow Mitch McConnell. And I'm like, I remember first time I seen it, I was
follow Mitch McConnell.
And he was like saying all the people on January 6th should be arrested and all this. I'm like, oh damn! I feel bad for defending you, dude. I was like, they should have drug you out.
Yeah, like you literally,
they done the same shit to you.
Yeah, literally. Most of the people on January 6th was there doing the same thing he was doing.
Yeah, I know.
Just there, whatever. He was on like a school trip, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Oh gosh, dang man! Don't follow Mitch McConnell, people.
No, fuck Mitch McConnell.
We are anti-Mitch on this show.
You got 5 years left in Kentucky.
And I hope to God that's the last. I hope he does not run.
I kind of hope he does, just hoping he would lose, but I got a fear that
he would win.
He would win because people go out and vote for him versus a Democrat.
He would win because
he'll throw money during the primary and win the primary.
Yeah.
And
that's why I say I hope.
Well, most of the Republicans in Kentucky will rush out and vote for him. Not me. I vote Democrat. Fuck you. I won't vote for a Democrat, but I'll vote against the fucking Republican I don't like. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
My vote toward the Democrat won't be for the Democrat. It's just going to be a vote against the Republican I don't like.
Yeah. I will write myself in before I vote for another Republican that I don't agree with.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of... I would like to see Mitch McConnell lose. That way it'd send a message to him.
Yeah, like we're tired of your shit.
Yeah, I know. Just some nobody beat him in a fucking primary.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't happen. He'd win. So it's probably, hopefully he don't run.
Yeah. Like I won't vote for Damon Thayer anymore.
I can't. He's not in my district.
Not in your district. I won't vote for Damon Thayer. Those that don't know who Damon Thayer is, he's the House Majority Leader here at the state capitol. He's the Bashir opposite, I guess you'd call him.
Yeah.
The counter Bashir.
Yeah. He's a straight up establishment Republican.
He is all about, to me, he's just
he's probably the best friend of Mitch McConnell.
I would not surprise me one bit. And we'll see how these midterms coming up. What pops off? I don't know who.
That's why I'm interested in the midterms next year to see. I'm hoping a lot of new people run.
Yeah, like I've said it, man. I said it on when I went live the other day. I said, you know what? I said I've made mistakes in my life and I've paid my debt, and I've only got a little while more before my debt is fully served and I can actually run for something. As soon as I can, I'm running for something.
Yeah, I know. I may eventually.
I'm going to run for, like, where I live, we have city commissioners. We don't have a mayor. But there's 4 of them. And literally, the person that won the 4th city commissioner spot last election had 79 votes.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I can get 80 votes. You know?
Maybe over there, but in Frankfort, it'd be hard to do.
Yeah, down where I live, I can get 80 votes.
Hey, that's what's going to happen. A lot of regular people are going to start running instead of just established politicians.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people that I've seen that's going to run and stuff, in normal times would be all right. But we need people that will literally fight communism, not just somebody that's going to be like, oh, we want to lower taxes or this and that.
We need to fix the roads.
Yeah, we need somebody who's going to be like, okay, we're going to fight communism because we're getting the shit kicked out of us by the left that has no rules and they don't care to go by rules, and just somebody that will fight tooth and nail.
Yeah, and we don't have that right now.
Yeah, I know.
The one guy we had for it, they impeached him twice. They're trying to find him guilty for inciting a riot.
Yeah, I know, and that's to scare people off. That's look, if you ain't part of our circle, fuck you.
Yeah, that's them trying to show us, we'll even take out your big guy.
Yeah, I know. And that's exactly what happened the 4 years when it was Trump. It's a coordinated effort. If you look at all the news and hell movies that came out, they came out with 2 movies. They was pretty good movies. I watched them, but it was mainly propaganda, and it should have been. If it had been the other way around, the left be screaming that's election interference just on all the media. Because hell, they done like an impeachment thing and a whole investigation for 3 years over some Russians buying some Facebook ads, posting memes.
Here's what my thing is. All right, Pelosi and Schumer, day one, Trump's inaugurated. They said, all right, look, we've hired this dude, Robert Mueller, independent investigation. He's going to prove that Russia interfered and helped Trump win. Yeah, without a doubt, he's going to prove it. For 2 years, I heard that bullshit. Then they said the Mueller's getting ready to release his findings on his investigation. He releases his findings, so there's no way at all that Russia helped Trump win the election and that they interfered in a way that would make Trump have won. And then Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer said, well, Mueller has no idea what he's talking about. He's an idiot. He don't know. I'm like, for 2 years, this is the guy you all have hailed as your savior that's going to prove everything you think was wrong. And then now that he doesn't agree with what you all say, his findings find different. He's an idiot and doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's not worth listening to.
Hell no.
How much money did y'all pay this guy?
Hell
to
no.
call him stupid.
Hell no.
Y'all just paid him a shit ton of money to call him dumb.
Hell no. And for 4 years, you heard nothing about the 2016 election was rigged. It was hacked. Trump wasn't really the real winner. Clinton really won. Trump cheated. You're just allowed to do that on social media. Hell, the mainstream media was saying it. But now, if you say, okay, this election was rigged or whatever, I mean, you hate democracy.
Oh, yeah. You are against the system of the free election, and you're trying to make it where one or two people decide the president and not the overall country.
They literally say you're committing treason, and that they'll kick you off Facebook automatically, though. Or social media, if you make a post saying it was stolen, or if you go on the media, they'll cut you off. Or if a news station, I think Fox News once had somebody on there, and they threatened they got sued.
Yeah.
I'm like, and now a lot of news stations won't even mention. The Newsmax kicked the My Pillow guy off one day.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they cut him off right in the middle.
Yeah, I know. And that guy you see the one where the guy got mad and got him walked out?
Oh yeah,
the newscaster guy.
Yeah, I just forgot what the hell I was getting ready to say. Damn it! I hate it when that happens.
I know.
Just fucking brain farted.
It happens.
Mike Lindell too. People don't know that he's one of the ones that got Kyle Rittenhouse out of jail.
Yeah, I know.
Him and Ricky Schroeder.
Yeah, did you see Black Rifle Coffee? All the shit they've done. Well, first,
I know that when Kyle Rittenhouse got out of jail, and he took that picture with Ricky Schroeder standing in his kitchen. He had on a Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah, and they put out a statement.
The very next day saying that they did not help get Kyle Rittenhouse out of jail. They're, believe in free speech for everybody, that they condemn the actions he did.
Well, they went a step further. The CEO, the founder of Black Rifle Coffee, did an interview with New York Times or Washington Post or somebody, and was talking about he hates that the Proud Boys buy his coffee. He said, my coffee ain't for white supremacists. He said, I will pay them if I would pay them to not be my customers. I'm like, you just you think the left is buying your fucking coffee, dude?
Yeah, for real.
You gonna piss off? That's a great fucking.
The left's buying organic
Starbucks shit.
No Mexicans were harmed in the making of this coffee.
Yeah, I know. This motherfucker over there, Black Rifle Coffee, got a gun. He's like, I don't want you all that's buying it to buy my coffee.
Yeah. If they buy,
I'd hate to buy stock in that fucking company.
If they buy it, the only reason the left's buying Black Rifle Coffee is to make a video of them dumping it out and condemning their guns.
Yeah, I know.
We need more gun control. Get it off the coffee.
But they literally, that dude did that, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And he was like, our coffee ain't for white supremacists.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Then there was a lot of people like
I've literally because the Hodge twins always have a thing of Black Rifle Coffee sitting on their
I never paid attention
when they do a show every time.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I've actually told people in the comments, been watching the show, and people will be like, oh, what kind of coffee is that? And I'm always like, look, don't buy that coffee. Black Rifle Coffee Company, a year, maybe 2 years ago, I can't remember how every company has to release their financials of like who they gave money to and stuff like that. Like they actually gave money to Black Lives Matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That don't surprise me.
And I told people in the comments, and people don't know that. I'm like, they actually donated money to Black Lives Matter. Like, you're supporting. I don't understand why the Hodge twins do it. I like those dudes so much, but every time I see the coffee, I'm just so turned off.
They're probably getting paid.
I'm sure.
They know the people on the right's going to buy their shit anyways.
Yeah, because
we
the
don't
people on the right
stick to our fucking shit.
No, they're like, fuck them, but it's so good.
Yeah, I know. They got guns on their coffee.
Yeah. It's cool looking. You buy Folgers, man.
Like, we really got to step up fighting communism ourselves. We can't just leave it to the politicians. I mean, we definitely need politicians that will stand up and fight communism, but we the people going to have to get out of our comfort zone as well and quit buying shit in large numbers. 5 or 6 people quit buying something, ain't going to do a lick of good.
No.
Like everybody.
En masse boycott.
Yeah, I know, because I remember I was going right before every year during the damn Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl, I hear people talking about, I ain't never watching football again. Then when there's a football game, that same people's posting, oh man, did you see that play?
Yeah. Can't believe my team lost.
I'm like, 2 days ago, you just made a post to say that you ain't never watching sports again.
Yeah. I did not watch. Look, people, I'm one of the biggest sports guys you will ever meet. This past season, I did not watch 1 second of any pro or college basketball or football. For the simple fact, I cannot support somebody that's on board with this BLM stuff. And it's all over it, on the courts, the fields, their jerseys, their cleats, their helmets, their gloves, their shorts, their tank tops, everything they got on, taking knees during the thing, and the the referees and owners and everybody taking knees, and like if you stand during the anthem now, you're a traitor.
Yeah, I know.
That's what kills.
They got the black anthem.
Yeah, the black national anthem. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. I would love to go to a sporting event, for real, to be the only person in the stadium that sat down during that.
Yeah, I know.
And I would. I might get beat up for it, but I will do it.
And we should do that.
Yeah. We should buy like a whole section of tickets, and everybody we take just sits down during the black national anthem.
Yeah, I know. And like NASCAR, I thought for sure when they banned the rebel flag, I thought for sure, I'm like, all right, NASCAR fans definitely, because they'll boycott that. Nah, I don't think nobody did.
No, man.
It should have bankrupted them, because I know good and well there's nobody on the left watching no fucking NASCAR.
Yeah, man. Bubba Wallace's family.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
the only people on the left watching NASCAR.
Go to a NASCAR rally and go around asking people, does the Confederate flag offend you? Does it offend you? And I guarantee you ain't going to find people, fuck the Confederate flag.
I mean, I've been to Talladega. I went, when I was like 22 years old, I went to Talladega. We were there for 4 days. And then I've been to the NASCAR races at the Kentucky Speedway twice.
Yeah.
Those are Confederate flag folks that go to them.
Yeah, I know.
Races. And you're banning the Confederate flag. I mean, there are literally vendors set up. You could buy shirts of your favorite drivers with the Confederate flag on them with your favorite driver. You can go buy a damn Jimmy Johnson shirt. It might not be like an officially licensed Jimmy Johnson apparel, but you can buy your driver's shirt with like his name over the rebel flag and stuff.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I can't understand why they did that, because there's no benefit to banning the Confederate flag at NASCAR. Because nobody that goes to these things are going to be like, oh, they got Confederate flag, I ain't never going back.
Yeah, all because many years ago somebody tied a rope into the garage pull down. They thought it was a noose.
Yeah, I know.
That's a noose. Oh, you mean the one that's hanging on every garage stall through the whole day?
That's barely big enough to stick your hand in.
Yeah. You're going to cut somebody's circulation off on their finger with it?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Bubba. And then what killed me
Jesse
even more
Smollett.
was after he claimed that every driver in NASCAR come out and stood with him on his pit road for that race in solidarity. Like,
Yeah, I know.
we're with you, Bubba. And you know what? More FBI agents showed up to investigate that at a NASCAR track than any Black Lives Matter riot.
Yeah, I know. You don't see that about investigating the riots and shit.
No, but they're out quick to get on a racetrack and see who hung a noose in somebody's.
Yeah, I know. And they're like,
And all that.
it should have told you by looking at it.
Yeah, man. Like, even when I first heard that, before they said it wasn't a news, I was like, man, come on. Like, you're as much money and tools that they have in these garage areas with NASCARs at a track, right? The cars are a couple $1 million a piece, and then there's probably, dude, at least $1 million worth of tools that comes with these teams on these trailers to work on these cars. You know, after they qualify, they work on them. After they do their test sessions, they work on them. So they're bringing like a full professional garage worth of tools with them. So you're saying all that money, you know, there's security.
Yeah, no.
And video cameras, because these driving teams are going to protect their money, the cars, their drivers, their tools. That's why I was like, come on, because they're like, there's no security footage of anybody sneaking into the garage. You
Yeah,
know,
I know. I know this bullshit when I first
that's
seen
why
it.
I was like,
I'm like,
so-
nobody's gonna care enough to hang a noose above a wall.
Yeah,
in
nobody
garage.
was going to risk their career to just sneak into Bubba Wallace's garage and hang a noose up to try to get out of NASCAR, Blackie.
Yeah, I know.
You
Same
know?
thing with
Like,
same thing with Jesse Smollett.
yeah, dude.
Like, fucking,
I knew as soon as
Like
those
1 o'clock in the morning.
dudes They got arrested for it. I was like, something's up.
I noticed up when he was going to go get a Subway at 1 o'clock in the morning to freezing weather.
Yeah, walking.
And
Like you're rich and you're on a world famous television show.
yeah, no. And you're in a black neighborhood. Like he was in Detroit or somewhere. A bunch of rednecks going to be at 1 o'clock in the morning, middle of snow, just so they could pour bleach on Jesse Smollett. They didn't even know who he was. Because I guarantee there's no rednecks out there that's watching Empire.
Like, it's MAGA country, bitch, or something
Yeah.
like that when they did it.
I'm like, I didn't even know that existed. I had no
Like,
idea who he was until that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the show Empire. I never watched it or anything, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I know.
I just knew they were like Jesse Smollett, who actor on the show Empire, was attacked by a clan of rednecks in Detroit at 1 a.m.
Then they tracked the guys down. They're like, nah, this guy. Then they showed the text of how he paid them.
Yeah.
And I thought it was odd, too, because he left the damn noose still around his neck. And when he called the cops, I'm like, you didn't think to take that off.
Yeah. Anything just to demonize us, man.
And that's why I believe them Capitol police officers the same thing. Because most hate crimes like that come out to be fake. 90% of them, like I've seen ones where they paint swastikas, or however you pronounce it, on building, but they draw it wrong.
Yeah.
And then they find out it was a hoax.
I've even seen cases of people burning crosses in their own yards.
Yeah, I know.
To get
Yeah, I know.
sympathy or attention. Like, I don't understand it.
They want white supremacy to be a huge thing so bad. And
Yeah,
they're gonna keep doing it and they get it eventually.
Yeah, they're gonna like what happens, man, is you take normal people and you call them something over and over and over and over, and you accuse them of it until they're finally like, fine, fuck it, man. You know what? I'm gonna show you. You want a white supremacist? I'll give you a white supremacist.
Yeah, I know. That's went to mine because I've never once carried a swastika or give two fucks about fucking Nazi. But I've actually thought about buying a fucking shirt with one on it just because I know it pisses them off.
Yeah, just to make them mad.
Yeah, I know.
And like, they say that's why they say that. Like, I watched a news article the other day, news thing, and they were talking about the greatest threat to this country is white supremacy. And even the dude said, he said, you take a lot, it was like some expert for some college. He's like, you take all these regular people and you accuse them of something enough until it finally radicalizes them. They get to their boiling point of like, I'm so sick of this. You're going to accuse me of this constantly. I'm just going to become it to give you what you want.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I went from willing to spend hours to prove I'm not racist to just saying okay, because I don't care anymore. I'm not even going to try to argue with you anymore.
Yeah, I went from people like trying to prove I'm not racist to now, like, if you ask anybody that knows me, they'll tell you I'm probably a racist. Dudes is a racist. Like, really? You think I'm a racist?
Yeah.
I've had people, man, look, back in the day, me and my friend, we ran this little company called Twisted Minds. It was a music promotion company, and we would throw parties and stuff, and 99.9% of the people that we worked with were black or brown, and I dumped a lot of money into trying to help some of these people get a career. You know what I'm saying? Help them pay for music videos, or help them get on to shows, or throw parties that cost me money to have them perform at. Would a racist do that?
Yeah, I know.
I literally had somebody tell me last night, works with a guy that I used to do that for. She works with him now, and she said, I heard you know Deuce, and she said his exact words were, yeah, Deuce is cool, he's a racist. That's what he told her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And she was like, what? I don't think Deuce is racist, you know? And I'm like, really? I'm that racist? I tried to help you have a music career, but I'm a racist.
Yeah, I know. Racist has gotten, they
attach it to anything that just disagrees with what they believe.
It used to be racist was someone would hate someone just because the color of their skin. Yeah. That's basically what racism is. But now it's, oh, if you disagree with a black person, you're racist.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I can't disagree. I can disagree with a lot of white people.
Yeah.
Like, the main people I hate more is white liberals.
Yeah, for real.
That's the main people I hate is the fucking white liberals.
Bitches walking the face of the earth.
Hell no. But a real racist, because I've actually seen people that's real racist, like on Twitter, they'll say they're racist, just random people that I've spotted, like in comments, and they'll have something. Then they'll defend Antifa and stuff because they're white. They're like, they're shitty people, but there are people. I'm like, nah, fuck them people.
Yeah, fuck those people. The real white, like we say, man, the real white supremacists aren't ashamed of being white supremacists.
No, you'll never see a guy in a Klan hood going, no, let me tell you why I'm not racist. Let me tell you how I love the black people.
Sig Heil, but I love everybody.
Let me tell you how great the Jews are.
Yeah.
There are just some Jews I don't like. Then that's not going to happen.
Go check out Nick Fuentes, people, if you want to see a white nationalist. He'll tell you what's up. Gropers. Go follow, I can't remember dude's name now. Was that Nazi dude that I seen on the show the other day?
Richard Spencer.
Maybe. But you're going to call it, like, I'm not a racist. I consider myself a constitutionalist.
Yeah.
Like, if a politician, regardless of his skin color, doesn't support the Constitution or doesn't want what's in the Constitution, then I'm against them. And that's anybody. Like, if you don't want what's best for this country, I don't like you. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, yellow, whatever. Because
my thing, if you hate communism, I'm all right with you.
Yeah, for real. That's all.
If you like communism,
then fuck
you.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point I think we would be better off to go back to the original Constitution.
Yeah.
Where federal government had very little power, and it was just the states that.
Well, man, there's the whole reason that amendment's in there when the government becomes too big and too tyrannical. It's the right of the people to abolish it.
Yeah, no, and I guarantee our founding fathers shit their grave.
Our founding fathers right now would already be at war.
Fuck yeah, they would.
They would already be calling to arms to get people to war.
Yeah, I know.
They'd say, what are you all doing sitting around letting this happen?
Yeah, I know.
These motherfuckers in Washington are running amok, and y'all are just letting it happen. Look how much money they're spending. Look how, on both sides. They'd say it's time to get some tar out.
Yeah, I know Thomas Jefferson said a rebellion from time to time is good.
Yeah, the tree of liberty has to be watered from time to time with the blood of patriots.
Yeah, and there's like a whole letter of him describing how every 20 years or so there should be a rebellion to keep the politicians in their place before it becomes tyrannical.
Yeah.
Tyrannical or tyranny.
But the problem is now when you have a rebellion or an uprising, they just squash it so hard and they put people so deep into the jails.
Yeah, I know, because they got
all the power.
Yeah.
They control everything.
Like back then, you could literally fight with, because you had the same freaking types of weapons.
Yeah.
Now they track you and spy on you.
Yeah.
Without you even knowing it.
Satellites can zoom in on you standing in your front yard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, look, he's getting ready to get in his car and go to Kroger's.
Then they shoot you with the drone if they choose to.
If they want to, they can wipe you out. You never see it coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just be standing in your front yard and boom.
Everybody be like, that motherfucker just blowed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then the government could be like, that was terrorists. That was white supremacy that killed him.
Yeah.
Then they'll put out a fake thing, and
they'll be like,
the media
he was
a
white supremacist, but his people turned on him. So don't be a white supremacist. They'll turn on him.
Yeah, that's what would happen. And it probably is happening
you know what I'm saying? Like,
anytime I see a white supremacist get killed for no reason, I'm like wondering fucking
what happened to that guy. Like if Nick Fuentes just disappears, something's amok. Oh man!
And it gets me Richard Spencer. Now I don't know a whole lot, but I'm pretty sure he's admitted to being a racist. He supported Donald Trump in 2016. Now Donald Trump probably never knew who the fuck he was, but he supported Donald Trump, which is fine. I mean, anybody should be able to support who they want. Donald Trump shouldn't have to condemn him out of the blue.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all they put in the media. Richard Spencer supports Donald Trump. Here's Mr. Spencer saying a racial term. Richard Spencer supports Trump. But in 2020, guess who Richard Spencer backed? Joe Biden. He posted it on his Twitter account. And media was silent. They're like, well, we don't want him over here in the media. And they wouldn't even mention it. I'm like, God damn, once y'all don't do it the way y'all did Trump. Why don't you question Joe Biden? Do you condemn? They're like, not a word. Nobody cares about Richard Spencer no more once he started voting Democrat. Well, he voting Republican, though. They talk about him all the time.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So if you're a racist, just say you support Democrats. They'll probably let you fly the Nazi flag and shit.
They probably put a Nazi flag up there next to Biden as he's getting inaugurated.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they helped us.
I guarantee you would.
They're part of the left now.
I guarantee. I thought about doing that locally, the little Democrats, because Democrats in Kentucky's probably desperate to get votes. And just show up with the Confederate flag and be like, I support y'all.
Yeah, see if they accept you.
Or they'll be like, oh, you can't. And see if they'll be like, no, don't take a picture with me.
Yeah. They'll
probably be like, no, you're allowed. It's a free country.
Yeah. They'd probably be like, get over here, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. The media
like,
won't.
Look, nobody will notice what I'm doing. The three.
I know. Because they all support Black Lives Matter, and they're literally terrorists. But they don't call them that. But hold up the number 3. That's white power because it makes a W.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that why Colin Kaepernick has done that hand signal? You can look at pictures of him doing it, Obama.
Man, the year that John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins and all them played at UK, that was literally the sign they did after they hit a 3.
That's what I thought.
They would shoot a 3 and they'd be like, so you're telling me all these basketball players are running around flashing white pride?
That's the only way they was allowed to play ball, probably. Yeah. They had to flash.
Oh, yeah, because you know what they claim is
white people control all that.
The big sign on the side of Rupp where it's the triangles is supposed to be KKK.
I ain't heard that one.
Yeah, because you know how you.
Well, I know they want to change the name.
You know how you got the 3 triangles on the side of Rupp that's stacked?
Yeah.
Supposed to be KKK. Because Rupp. They claim Rupp was.
Yeah, he was a white supremacist, supposedly. But I couldn't find nothing that he said that was racist, or did that was racist.
It's because Kentucky was the last school to integrate.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and then at one of Rupp's, I don't know if it was his last year or just, in the last couple of years or whatever, as basketball was integrating, he lost a national championship to a school that was nothing but black kids. And he refused to have black kids on his team.
Oh, is that what it was?
White kids. But he never said anything about it was because white was better or.
And back then you could do that. That's what.
He was an old man stuck in his ways.
And if you was white supremacy back then, people didn't hide it. You could literally, because you wouldn't get no backlash over, especially probably in Kentucky, if you come out and said, I'm a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to get 2 shits. It ain't like today, so you can't really. It's like that Jefferson Davis statue. It was Ben Chandler's grandpa that put it in there.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. This country is a mess. Everybody's a white supremacist except BLM. If you ain't down with BLM, you're a white power fool.
Hell no. You don't even see the fucking Klan anymore, but everybody's like, the badge is the new Klan or the MAGA hats are the new hoods. I'm like,
no, not really.
The Klan still exists. They just, they're probably like 10 people.
Yeah. That's like I was talking about.
And they're fucking retards.
Of that show I watched, the Nazi dudes. They claim that Nazi white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. There's more people standing on the other side of the thing screaming at them than there are actually Nazis.
It's like I got in an argument with that dude in Louisville, Reithart, or whatever his name is. He's one of the bloggers, the film shit. And he shared a video of somewhere they were supposed to be in a White Lives Matter rally. I think it was in Florida, and he just shared it. And like 2 people showed up, and they got chased out. He was like, "Look at these cowardly white supremacists. They're cowardly. They ain't nothing." I'm like, okay, which is it? Because the post before this, you're saying white supremacy is the greatest threat. It can't be both. They're either cowardly and can be chased out very easily, or they're a huge threat.
Yeah.
It can't be both. And the people in the comments literally told me it could be both. I'm like, you can't be cowardly and run and afraid to come out and be the biggest threat to the country.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter is the communism, and Black Lives Matter and Antifa is the biggest threat to this country and our media, and they took it all over, and we've lost this fucking war.
Yeah. We are losing, that's for damn sure.
At one point, I thought we had hope, but something drastic's going to happen for people actually get up and fight back. Everybody's too comfortable. They don't want to risk going to jail, because if you're on the right and you like the Capital 6 thing, you're a terrorist and you're going to get 20 years of prison. The FBI will hunt you down and kick your damn door in,
no matter what state you're
in. Yeah. But
they've arrested people in all 50 states.
I know. 20, I think, in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. But if you're a Black Lives Matter, you can burn down a whole goddamn city and federal buildings.
And go home and go to bed.
And be a congresswoman and go on TV and say if a verdict don't go the way you want, people should do shit. And that's fine.
Did that.
Hell no. But if anybody on the right does anything like that, then you will be hunted down by the FBI.
I've literally watched a video. It shows all these different people on the right saying there needs to be more trouble in the streets, more unrest, more riots, more this, more that.
If there was a congressperson, you have a couple that will defend the January 6 people, not actually defend them, but say, okay, we need to treat it the same way Black Lives Matter. But if you had a congressman or a senator get up and say, okay, we need to have more of that, they would be kicked out of Congress.
Yeah, they'd be run out.
If they got on the news and told people to do it again, but bigger. they would be kicked out and probably arrested by the fucking FBI.
Yeah, as a terrorist.
Yeah. But the left, I mean, is unchained and they do whatever they want.
Man. They control it all.
And
that's the problem. Like, that's why, like you said, people are scared to go to jail. My biggest thing is, even right now, man, people are scared to be called a name.
yeah, no.
Like, it's a word. Why are you so scared of a word?
But,
didn't you ever hear when you were a little kid, you know, sticks and stones can break my bones, but
yeah, no.
words can never hurt me.
I don't get too shit. We'll probably all go to jail eventually in the gulag.
Yeah.
Because they'll eventually start.
That's like I said, man, like the way the government views me and you, we're right here where we do this podcast is no different than a cave where ISIS hides out at.
Yeah, I know.
The way they look at us.
Definitely. And
like I joke about stuff, you know, like with me and you and my wife and stuff, but like even the joke, like my notepad, I keep all my journal for this show and all my notes and everything. Like I always joke, but it's probably true. Like one day it'll be Exhibit 1A in the case of the United States government versus Michael Wayne Dews. Look at all the white supremacy propaganda he's wrote about over the year.
Yeah, I know.
Look at like these episodes will probably be used as evidence against us one day.
Probably. They'll cut it down to one little section.
Yeah. They'll cut it down to you of that one section of you going, "No, now you better get out of here."
Yeah, no.
All the jury will hear.
Yeah, no.
Look, he called him a nigger.
Yeah, no.
Like, no, man, that's not.
Like I was repeating.
You know that show is like an hour and a half long, right? Not 6
5
seconds.
Oh, goddamn. And it's true, and it's getting worrisome.
It is worrisome.
So I never thought the country would be the way it is today. That's why when I was like, say something random, I believe something, because I believe like eventually they'll just start locking people up for no reason, which they kind of are now, but I believe they'll get down to really doing it. And people's like, no, that never happened. I'm like, there's plenty of fucking things 5 years ago I said would never happen, and that's happened now. Nobody's blinking an eye about it.
Yeah. You know what needs to happen? The FBI needs to go to show up at one of these people's houses and they catch a lead full of bullets as they're trying to come through the door.
Yeah, I know.
All right, there you go. You gonna come in here and take me, not without a fight.
Yeah, I know. That's probably what they're wanting.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're wanting. Then it gives them even more excuse.
Yeah, I know.
Or you know what? That proves that everybody there wanted harm. That proves that everybody there was there to hurt somebody.
And what concerns me is the President of the United States declaring war on white supremacy, saying we need to eliminate, destroy, and kill white supremacy. But then we'll call everybody that voted for Trump a white supremacist. Yeah. So literally they're telling you they want you dead.
Yeah. And even Biden has said twice. I've seen two different videos where he talks about the Tree of Liberty quote. Well, the Tree of Liberty, and he don't even say it right. He's like, the Tree of Liberty has to be blooded with patriots or, something like that. But if you're going to take on the federal government, you need like F-22s and nuclear warheads.
Yeah, I know.
He's pretty much telling you, if you try to rise up against the government, that's what it'll take to put us down.
Yeah, I know.
You better have some warplanes and some nukes.
But they won't do that shit to the fucking Taliban.
Yeah.
The fucking ragheads over there. But you American citizens, y'all better get some fucking nukes. You won't fuck with us.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
The Taliban has done took everything back over.
Yeah,
I read a lot about that, man. That's so disheartening to me. Them motherfuckers. Now they're working hand in hand with the Iranian military. The Taliban is.
No, I know.
I'm like, that's all you need. A terrorist group that working with a country that harbors terrorists.
And a government that would allow them to come in here.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, hey, you're terrorists. Come on over here. We'll keep you safe. We won't let nobody.
We can't tell Osama bin Laden he can't come over here. That's racist.
Yeah.
I gotta prove I'm not Trump. Oh, that's not a bomb strapped to your chest? Yeah, come on in. It just looks like one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, get on that plane.
Oh, that's just Tannerite. It ain't C4.
Yeah, that's,
Y'all just slide on in too.
we got Second Amendment here. He's allowed to have that shit.
Yeah, we don't need no visa. You're on political asylum. All right, everybody. My hangover is whooping me. I drank like 30 beers last night. I started at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I got a shit ton of stuff to do later.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some shit around the house.
I seen where you were cutting trees.
Yeah, I cut all right down there. I need to go out there and cut it all up and haul it one at a time, truckload of work, day at a time, throw in a dumpster.
Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next week. I'm sure you'll see my mean mug on there sometime during the week. We
need to go up to the Capitol like you did on one night and just start questioning people.
Yeah,
Even people walking down the damn road.
We've got some projects we're talking about that could be in the works, y'all. We'll see coming up.
Well, and set up a table like Steven Crowder, change my mind type of.
Yeah, that's what we
and
need.
right at the Capitol with him.
We need to set one up that says "White is right." Change my mind.
Yeah, no. Should do that.
All right, everybody. Look, we got a new email for the show. I got locked out of the Kentucky Infidels at Yahoo. I don't know how. And I did not change the password, and I know Factor didn't, and I just can't get into it. I've tried and tried and tried. So now the new email is KentuckyInfidels4life@yahoo.com. All spelled out. If you need to get a hold of us, you can email us there, or you can message us right here on Facebook. And don't forget to go to Patriot Shit Outfitters. Use the promo code StrawBoss1776, 10% off morale patches. American owned, American made. And he has a YouTube channel now, too.
I think I've seen
called
it.
Therapy Range.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I actually, one time before I got booted off Facebook, I seen those AR level 3 ballistic helmets.
Yeah.
That were on sale for like $49.99 or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought about buying one, and he messaged me, and he's like, man, don't waste your money on that. Like, he's like, I actually just bought one because I'm going to shoot it to prove to everybody that it doesn't. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you want a good one, you're going to pay close to $1,000.
Yeah, 500 and up.
If you're going to buy a cheap one, it's just for show. I mean, it'd be all right to do if you're just wanting to go to a rally to look cool, I guess, but pointless.
If you really want it to save your life, it's going to cost some money.
Yeah.
Like Grandmaster J.
Yeah, he had the paintball.
The airsoft vest that you could buy on Amazon for $29.99.
I seen that.
To hold all your airsoft magazines.
Yeah, so it's just for something like that if you want to
if you're trying to go
cosplay or something.
Yeah, if you're trying to go to a rally and fit in. But I guarantee you if something goes down at a rally and you catch a bullet in the noodle, it's not going to help you.
Yeah, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah, you're going to die. So if you really, like Black Scout, Survival, the YouTuber guy, he preaches don't buy cheap gear.
Yeah, don't.
He's like, and that's everything, not even just like your armor, your body armor, or a helmet. He's like, all your weapons, your knives, survival gear, rope, like your backpack you carry, everything. Like, save up.
Yeah, you get what you pay
and
for.
Buy a good one. He said, because chances are the cheap shit is going to fail you when you really need it to come through for you.
Yeah, and you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you're buying that stuff for a certain reason to have it for when shit hits the fan. You want a good gun that's going to fire and not jam up on you. You want good ammo that's not going to cause your gun to jam. You don't want all your gear in a backpack that you paid $7.99 for, and then you need to get into it in a hurry and the zipper jams and rips.
Yeah, no.
And then you got to pull out your dull knife that you paid $3.99 for that won't cut it open.
Or a BB gun penetrates your bulletproof vest.
Yeah. So don't buy cheap shit, people. Go check out his YouTube page too, Therapy Range. He does a bunch of different stuff with guns and shooting stuff and blowing stuff up. And He's pretty cool. All right, everybody. Well, we'll be back next week. If you got any ideas you want us to talk about, shoot them to us. We'll look over them and we'll get back to you.